Hello and welcome. I am Gimba Umar. Tonight, 3 University of Maiduguri lecturers and 10 policewomen abducted by Boko Haram insurgents last year regained their freedom. Looming humanitarian crisis as thousands flee their homes in Nasarawa state over fear of attacks. State government gives assurance of safety. Political atmosphere in River State gets vibrant as APC sensitizes the electorate ahead of the 2019 polls. Governor calls for politics without bitterness. And tension rises in the Middle East as Syria shoots down Israeli warplane.
On Business News tonight, investment advisory and research firm FSDH forecasts 3.16% GDP growth rate for Nigeria's economy this year.
And on sports news tonight, Kenyan and Ethiopian runners dominate the 2018 Lagos City Marathon after claiming the first 3 positions in both categories of the 42-kilometer road race.
We begin tonight from the northeast, where the Department of State Security Service has announced the release of the 3 lecturers of the University of Maiduguri and 10 policewomen abducted by Boko Haram militants last year. The university lecturers were returning from an oil exploration trip in the Lake Chad area when their team was ambushed by the insurgents, leaving some of them killed. The 10 policewomen were also kidnapped in a raid by the militant group on a military and police convoy on Damboa Road near Maiduguri last year. Their release follows a series of negotiations as directed by President Muhammad Buhari and facilitated by the International Committee of the Red Cross, the ICRC. In a statement from the Senior Special Assistant to the President, Garba Shehu, all 13 rescued persons are in the custody of the DSS and will be flown to Abuja with the assistance of the Nigerian Army and the Air Force. The statement also asked the DSS and the Nigerian Army to intensify efforts to bring home the remaining Chibok girls still in the custody of the terrorists. Meanwhile, pockets of attacks are still being reported in the southern districts of Nasarawa state, where residents in their numbers have been forced to flee their homes and seek refuge in some school premises. Their displacement is as a result of the unrest in the area, which victims say has taken another dimension.
Residents of Doma, Agiaragu, Agwatashi and Imon communities in southern district of Nasarawa state are longing for peace to return to their communities after several months of unrest. Many of them have been displaced and hoping to return home as soon as they are sure of safety.
The others say they are the herdsmen versus the farmers. Well, if it is the herdsmen, we know it is true that they always have problem in the bush with the farmers. That is when they go destroy farmers' crops, they will not be happy. But to this time around, it seems to have taken a different dimension. On the ground that one would be sleeping in his house, you'll be knocked on the door. And if you are courageous enough to come out, you only face a bullet.
I want the crisis to stop so that all of us will go back to our various destinations and stay there in peace.
The head of the local government attributes the situation to a backlash of attacks in neighboring Benue State and reveals plans of proper settlement for the displaced persons to give them a sense of protection.
The best we have been trying to do is to, first of all, calm the IDPs to ensure that they are settled in one place. By also providing, the government is on top gear trying to provide security personnel enough not only to escort these people to their communities, also to stay with them for some time.
Abubakar Maisaje, a Fulani elder, wants committees to be set up by both parties in order to find a lasting solution.
To abinda muke so shine manoman su yi hakuri, abinda ya faru ba kama tabban wanda yana yi ba, kaman barayi ne suke yi haka, mu da su mu dinga sintiri. Shushu nada nasu kwamitin mu ma namu a dinga sintiri a gani waɗanne ne suke yi haka mu zauna lafiya.
The legislator representing the area, who fears an escalation, discloses that 5 lives have already been lost and many others injured. He suggests an urgent collaboration between the Nasarawa and Benue state government, leaders of affected victims, to bring the skirmishes to an end.
My thinking, I'm thinking the government, the executive of government of Nasarawa to do is to make sure they collaborate with the Benue state government because of the I think we're sharing bonding with them.
A delegation led by the Nasarawa State Deputy Governor Silas Agara visits the IDP camps where he donates relief materials and gives an assurance of their safety.
What we have here is an entry measure to cushion what you're going through. And I can assure you on behalf of His Excellency Governor Tanko Almakura that the government of Nasarawa State will do everything humanly possible to protect all of you.
These people now live like refugees in their homeland and are already giving up on the promise of better security as they continue to wait for normalcy to return.
The police mobile force team conducting security patrol in Ayilamo community in Logo local government area of Benue State have been attacked by suspected herdsmen. Channels Television learnt that the patrol team ran into an ambush while one of their patrol vehicle was burnt during a gun battle with the attackers. 4 police officers are said to be missing as at the time of filing this report. The Commissioner of Police in Benue State, Fatai Osheni, has confirmed the attack, and he says that casualties were recorded on the path of the attackers.
The situation in Benue State has been relatively calm to an extent. However, this afternoon we had, as part of our confidence-building patrol, we have some mobile policemen who went on the confidence-building patrol in somewhere they call Ayilemo in local government area. And while we were returning from that patrol, about 2 p.m. at an area called Izegbe, they had gunshot from the bush, and in the ensuing battle with these people that fired that are suspected to be herdsmen, one of our patrol vehicles got caught in fire, and when we took a head count, we found out that we've not seen 4, and the search for them is ongoing. At the moment, we're also trying to ascertain the casualties on the other side. That will not relent police efforts. We continue to try and dominate the area in order to ensure that security is restored to affected areas so that people that have deserted can get back to their place.
In the meantime, efforts to contain the protest by a coalition of civil society organizations is yielding some results as the Inspector General of Police, Mr. Ibrahim Idris, has summoned an Assistant Commissioner of Police, Olukayode Ayilara, to Abuja for questioning over allegations of a 10 million naira bribe on his authority. The Commissioner of Police in Benue State, Mr. Fatai Osheni, conveyed the IGP's directive to the protesting coalition who blocked the Makurdi-Boko Federal Highway, demanding the proscription of the IGP X-Squad for alleged extortion, kidnapping of tax agents, and several collection of revenues.
This crowd of protesters, drawn from a coalition of civil society groups in Benue State, are demanding the proscription of the IGP's X-Squad in the state, led by a police commanding officer, Olukayode Ayilara. Their anger is born out of an alleged assault on the chairman of the Benue State Board of Internal Revenue, Mimi Orubibi, who ordered the seizure of some trucks allegedly carrying wood without a tax clearance but enjoyed the protection of a police escort.
They have a receipt printed with police on it, which they are collecting revenue.
Orubibi is also accusing the X-Squad of constituting itself into an extortionist syndicate by requesting a 10 million naira bribe.
The director of forestry called me that he had gone to Kasinala on government property. He released all the wood that were non-hammered, asked the truck drivers to go with the wood, and even the one that was offloaded, this man released it. But I want to put it on record that he was filmed when they were removing the wood. And all of them, we have it on record.
But the mob is not ready to give up on its protest until the leadership of the police in the zone heeds its call for proper investigation and punishment for the police officer and his team.
We've assured the state that we are not going to be partial The Inspector General of Police did not send anybody to come and collect money from you. Police don't spare anybody that is bad. If anybody is telling you that Inspector General of Police sent him to come and collect money, it is a lie.
Eventually, the police ex-squad commander is whisked away to Abuja for interrogation. Governor Samuel Ortom arrives at the force headquarters to calm frayed nerves and also demand justice.
We have been assured by the DIG that the Commissioner of Police will institute an investigation panel that will look at all the issues. All that we're concerned is about the rule of law and due process.
With the rising cases of corruption allegation against men of the Nigerian police force, the crowd here believe that the accused officer should be made to face the wrath of the law, to serve as an example to other corrupt officers should he be found guilty of the claims.
To politics now. Ahead of the 2019 general elections, some political parties and their associates are already seeking the support of the electorate at the grassroots for their candidates and political parties. In Rivers State, for instance, a non-governmental organization, Free Rivers Development Initiative, has been drumming up support for the opposition All Progressives Congress in local government areas across the state. The effort has brought national and state leaders of the APC to Bori, the headquarters of Kana local government area, where they try to convince the people of a better deal.
The common people, we speak last, right?
It's a pretty ordinary weekend in Kana local government area of Rivers State. But for the assembled crowd at this open field at the police division, it's not an ordinary gathering.
Come on, boy!
A non-governmental organization, the Free Rivers Development Initiative, has arranged this as a meeting of the electorate and APC leaders, particularly from the South-South. The aim is to convince the people that the APC is bouncing back.
With my PVC lifted up, we shall ensure good government come 2019. With my PVC lifted up, we shall enthrone APC come May 29, 2019 in the government house of Rivers State.
That will represent accelerated development for Goni people. We represent accelerated development for Kana people. All you need to do, queue behind our leader. And from the 30th of May 2019, you will see accelerated development. The APC best represents the vision of the founding fathers of Rivers State. All I can say to you, support Mr. President, support our leader, and Ogoni will experience accelerated development.
Led by the Minister of Transportation and former Governor of Rivers State, the APC state and national heavyweights remind the people that the opposition party has a better deal.
When I discovered that Ogoni had a high rate of unemployment, young men and women, you know the greatest problem we have is that you, the youth, are by far higher than we, the old men. You know that? Over 60%. This is a time bomb waiting to explode. So the responsibility of every governor is to make sure that we provide for you.
To underscore its return to the Rivers political scene, the APC welcomes the factors from the ruling party into its fold.
We welcome you to the family of APC. Today, APC is a large family. As you have joined our party today, you have equal right with old members of the party.
The tempo of political activity is beginning to pick up ahead of another election year. This may be the early start for APC towards giving the PDP in Rivers State a good run for its money.